Fluent Podcasts, podcasts he never had before.
Welcome. We are so glad you're joining us today. We're going to be looking at some really essential English vocabulary.
That's right. We've sort of gathered a bunch of daily routines that English learners shared.
And we're pulling out the key verbs, the words you absolutely need to talk about your day.
Exactly. And just so everyone knows, this is part of Fluent Podcast, and it's specifically for our English A1-A2 podcast listeners.
Yeah, the title today is Talking About My Daily Routine in English.
And our goal, really, is simple. We want to give you the phrases you need to describe your life morning, afternoon, evening. It's all about your typical day.
And, looking through these routines, one thing jumped out immediately. The simple present tense.
Oh, absolutely. It's key. When you talk about habits, things you do every day, you use that simple form. I wake up, I eat, I go. It's fundamental.
It really is the backbone for talking about routines.
Definitely. So we've organized everything chronologically. Makes sense, right? Start at the beginning of the day.
Right. Let's dive into the morning routine. First action.
Well, obviously you wake up.
Okay, I wake up, and the times we saw were, all over the place. 7:00 a.m., 6:30, even 6 a.m. for some.
And if you're maybe not a morning person, you might use the snooze button.
Ah, yes, the snooze button for just 9 more minutes.
Something like that, yeah. And there's a useful phrase here, too. Early bird. If you're happy waking up at 6 a.m., you're an early bird.
Okay, I'm definitely not an early bird then. So after you wake up, you have to actually get out of bed.
Right. Get out of bed. You physically stand up. Say it. I get out of bed.
I get out of bed. Got it.
And a lot of people mention this next step. Yeah. Make the bed right after getting up.
Tidying the sheets and blankets. And notice that word, I make my bed.
Yes. Those possessive adjectives, my, your, his, her, they pop up a lot. Like you don't just brush teeth.
You brush my teeth. Okay. So after the bed, usually the bathroom.
Uh-huh. You could say, I go to the bathroom or I use the bathroom. Both work.
And we saw some variations too, right? Like in Canada.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah.
In Canadian English, you might hear I use the washroom or go to the washroom.
Washroom. Okay. But the actions inside are pretty much the same.
Exactly. I brush my teeth. I wash my face.
And maybe a shower.
Right. I take a shower or I have a shower. Both are totally fine. Same meaning.
Okay, take a shower, have a shower. Easy enough.
And another one we saw, mostly from guys, was shave. I shave.
But probably not every single day for most people.
Good point. That brings in frequency. Maybe I sometimes shave, or I shave 3 times a week. You add words like sometimes, often, never.
Got it. Okay, so we're clean. Now, food?
Yes. Food. You go to the kitchen, then you make breakfast.
Or if you're talking about the eating part, I have breakfast or I eat breakfast.
Right, and the food itself. Well, we saw things like cereal, toast, coffee.
Someone mentioned I fry 2 eggs. Very specific.
Yeah. And we can't forget pets. One person, Sophia, said she feeds her cat first thing.
I feed my cat. Another good, simple sentence. Okay, so breakfast done. Now we need to get ready to leave.
Right. You need to get dressed.
Which just means put on clothes.
Exactly. And if it's cold, maybe put on a coat or put on a jacket.
Yeah.
And definitely put on shoes.
Put on, put on, put on. Lots of put on.
Yep. And one last thing before walking out the door. Many people mention they check emails.
Or read the news, maybe check social media quickly.
Mm-hmm. So that's the morning sequence. Wake up, get ready, eat, get dressed.
Okay. Feels like a lot already.
Okay.
Now, the next big chunk of the day, the working day.
Right. So you're ready. The next verb is leave the house.
I leave the house, and then?
Then you go to work or maybe go to school, and this is where schedules really differ.
Yeah, we saw that contrast. If you work in an office, there's often a commute. Like, I leave the house at 7:30 a.m. because I have an hour commute. That's tough.
It is. But then you have people who work from home. Much more flexible, no commute.
Right. And that's where you might use words like often or usually. I usually work on my computer.
Or I often take breaks. Describes your general habit.
Okay, so once you're actually at work, even if it's at home, what verbs do we use?
Well, you sit at my desk. There's that possessive again.
My desk. Got it.
You work on my computer.
Yeah.
You answer emails. Maybe write reports.
And if you're a teacher or student,
the verbs might change. Prepare lessons, grade student work, maybe write articles.
And almost everyone seems to have meetings.
Oh, yes. Have meetings with colleagues. Very common.
Okay. Then comes the middle of the day. Lunch.
Lunchtime.
Yeah.
Simple verb, I have lunch.
And some people prepare ahead. They make a lunch or pack a lunch from home.
Right. Maybe a sandwich or a salad. Which usually saves money.
Good reason. Or the alternative is you go out to eat.
or maybe just buy a sandwich nearby.
Okay. Now, you mentioned some slightly more advanced sort of A2 level time phrases.
Yeah, these are useful for schedules at the earliest and at the latest.
How do those work?
Okay, think of at the earliest as the soonest possible time. Like, I can finish work at 5 p.m. at the earliest, means 5 p.m. is the absolute soonest I can leave.
Ah, okay, so it can't be 4.45.
Exactly. And at the latest is the deadline, the last possible moment. I have to leave the house at 7:30 a.m. at the latest.
Meaning if I leave at 7.31, I'm probably going to be late.
Precisely. Very useful for fixed schedules.
Oh, okay.
So after lunch, it's usually go back to work.
Until you finish work. And those finish times varied too, didn't they? Like 5.0 p.m., 6.00 p.m.?
Even up to 8:0 p.m. in some routines we saw. Long days for some people.
Phew. Okay, work's done. Now the part everyone likes. Evening, relaxation, and sleep.
First step, go home.
Simple enough, I go home.
But sometimes there are stops on the way. Maybe I sometimes go shopping for food.
Or exercise, like I go to the gym.
Right. Someone mentioned I go to the gym on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Notice the on for days of the week.
On Tuesdays, on Thursdays. Got it. So finally home, time for dinner.
Yep, you cook dinner.
Yep.
And then you eat dinner.
What kind of meals did people mention?
Oh, simple things mostly. I cook pasta, or I make a simple soup, sometimes trying new recipes.
And for treat.
Getting a takeaway.
Yeah.
Often on Friday evening, it seems.
Sounds familiar. And after dinner comes the not so fun part.
Wash the dishes. Or do the dishes. Yes, I wash the dishes. An essential phrase, even if it's a chore.
True. Now, you also flagged some other interesting food-related phrases, a bit more advanced.
Yeah, like if someone doesn't have a regular meal schedule, you might say their meal habits are all over the place, no pattern.
Okay, all over the place. That's useful.
Or maybe they're so busy they skip meals, they just don't eat lunch, for example.
Skip lunch, skip breakfast. Right.
And for the super organized people, they might cook a big batch of food on the weekend.
Like cook lots of chili or soup.
Exactly. Cook a lot at once, freeze it, and eat it later in the week. Saves time. Cook a big batch. Good A2 vocabulary.
Okay, great. So dishes are done. Now free time. How do people relax?
Well, there's passive relaxation, like I relax on the sofa.
Or if you're really tired.
I crash on the sofa, just collapse. Then maybe I watch TV or I read a book or listen to music.
Standard relaxing stuff. What about more active relaxation?
Good question. Things like I go for a walk or hobbies. Someone mentioned I play basketball every Thursday.
Cool.
Or maybe I go out with friends for coffee or a drink.
And this is where frequency words come back in again.
Absolutely. Sometimes, often, once a week, on Wednesdays. You combine the action with how often you do it. I often go for a walk. I go out with friends once a week.
Okay, makes sense. So we're winding down the day. What are the final steps?
Usually I brush my teeth again. Good hygiene.
And then the final step.
I go to bed.
Simple. I go to bed. We also heard about different sleep styles, right?
We did. If you like mornings, you're a morning person. We mentioned the early bird earlier.
And if you like staying up late until midnight or 1 a.m.
Then you're a night owl. Hoot, hoot.
Ha, a night owl. I think I might be one of those.
And if you find mornings really difficult,
Oh, yeah. What was that phrase?
I really struggle to get moving in the morning. It means it's hard to wake up and feel energetic.
Struggle to get moving. That sounds very natural. I might use that one.
And night owls might stay up late, especially on weekends.
Right. And what about naps? Short sleeps?
Ah, yes. If you maybe work from home or just feel tired in the afternoon, you might take a nap.
I take a nap.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow, we've covered a whole day.
From start to finish.
Yeah.
So let's maybe do a quick review.
Good idea.
I think the main thing, the key takeaway, is really using that simple present tense for these everyday actions. And it's not just knowing the verb, it's using the whole sentence.
Right. Practice the full structure. So let's quickly list those key actions again. Maybe you at home can repeat them.
Good idea. Let's go. I wake up at 7 a.m.
I get out of bed.
I brush my teeth.
I make breakfast.
I get dressed.
I leave the house.
I go to work.
I sit at my desk.
I have meetings.
I have lunch.
I go home.
I cook dinner.
I wash the dishes.
I relax on the sofa.
I read a book.
And finally, I go to bed.
That's a pretty solid list of daily actions.
Definitely covers a lot. So now the really important part is for you, the listener. What should they do with all this?
Practice. The best thing you can do is take these phrases and describe your own day, your real routine.
Like actually say it out loud or write it down.
Both are great. Writing it down, especially making full sentences about your morning, your afternoon, your evening, really helps you remember the vocabulary and the grammar.
Yeah, that makes sense. Actually using it for yourself.
Exactly. And remember, learning takes time. Be patient with yourself. Practice is key.
That's excellent advice. Well, thank you so much for joining us today as we looked closely at the daily routine in English.
We really hope this breakdown was helpful for structuring your own sentences.
We hope so too. And please do subscribe to Fluent Podcast so you catch all our future explorations.
Yeah, and leave us a comment. Tell us about your daily routine using some of these verbs. Or suggest topics you'd like us to cover next. We do read them.
We absolutely do. And maybe a final thought to leave you with? Think about your weekend routine. How is it different? Which verbs stay the same and which ones change when you talk about Saturday or Sunday?
Ooh, good practice exercise.
Definitely. All right, until next time, keep practicing.